back again. So today I'm going to show you what I've been doing with the Force's step sequencer. The step sequencer on the Force is something that I have never used before. I have been, as you know, re-exploring a lot of the features that are in the Force that I haven't used. So this is kind of my revisiting the Force series. I decided to do something really kind of in a random style pattern where I took one of the plugins from within the Force and used kind of a really synthy kind of sound and put in a couple of different random kind of patterns that were more like noise and not necessarily like something musical. Every once in a while, I get into these moods where I want to experiment with noise, and I don't know, maybe it's just that kind of nutty part of me that makes me want to go down that road. But I find some noise to be kind of musical, and as of late, I've been experimenting a lot with it. What I find is it's just like the analog harmonics that we're attracted to in the old gear. There's just something about that noise, the static, the hum that those tubes make that adds like this really warmth or kind of lush sound to your recordings. Well, some frequencies do that, and then some frequencies don't. Some frequencies are, you can hear them but you can't really identify what it is that you're listening to. And those kind of frequencies are kind of weird to me. There may be something playing on top of it that's really impeding you from really truly hearing what the sound is. But I'm kind of attracted to that type of musical element where it's a layered sound with something else. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a kind of it adds like an element of drama to the music, to where when everything drops out and you hear the sound, you just can't believe that was there to begin with. It's like one of those kinds of surprises. So I've been really playing around a lot with that kind of stuff. You hear a lot of that stuff like in older kind of music, like a lot of the stuff that Timberland used to make back in the day. There was so much chaos going on in that music. If you ever just took everything apart in the music and just listened to what was happening inside of those tracks, you would be like totally amazed of all the sounds and layers of things that he was adding. So that kind of got me attracted to doing that type of music as well. So this is one of those kinds of experimental tracks where I'm taking like layers. I'm using samples. I'm using harmonic elements that are not necessarily musical elements, and just kind of combining them all with drums and hi-hats. So let me just show you what I've been doing. All right, let's see here. So the very first thing I want to talk about is this synth that I use a sequencer or the step sequencer on. And let me go to that. What I'm using is the fabric, and it is the June Saw Chorus patch. And let's go back, and there we go. So again, I wanted to do like something super random. So what I did was, with the step sequencer, see how it shows you the velocities on the screen on this side? So on this side, you're doing the velocity settings, and then on this side, you're playing the notes. So you can select the notes and then select what velocity setting you want it to be on this side. I wanted it to be super random, or at least close to being kind of random, and not so much all the way through, like no velocity settings all the way through. So I think I got that accomplished. And then from there, sometimes things can be so random that I need to hear like a pattern with it, like something that is in a looped pattern. So I added the hi-hats after that. From there, I put the drums in, and then I wanted to do like something a little unusual with samples. So I started trying to find like um, vocal snips or some kind of effect, and I found these. So it's just kind of odd sounding, kind of like uh, uh, sounds that you would hear more in dubstep kind of sounds. And from there, I added the 808, and then I added some keys, and this is like a kind of sample that I really started manipulating. The sample, I'm using TalkBox and auto pan. So it's panning from left to right, but this TalkBox is something very unusual that I was using on it. So TalkBox is traditionally for, it's like like a something that you would use with a microphone, and it gives you kind of that Zap Roger sound. Well, it's not just for that. You can use it for other things as well. And I just kind of wanted to have like that kind of wonky sound that the talk box makes, but not in a vocal kind of way. And I think I got what I was looking for with it. So it kind of does this breakup at the end, which is really cool. So again, I'm trying to accomplish more noise in this track than just musical qualities. So let's go back here. From there, I added one more. I believe this is a sound effect, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, vocal snips that I didn't add in. So again, I've been messing around with Outputs Arcade, and let me see. One point. Oh well. So it looks like I may not have saved what I was doing with it. I'm just gonna play back what I have so far with this one. So this is kind of just beginnings of this one. So I haven't completely gone back and really worked on this one anymore. But this is kind of where I started with this track. Again, I found some vocal snips that I wanted to add in there, and I'll have to re-sample those and put them back in the song and then complete the song. But this is the kind of stuff that I like doing, is my experimentation phase, where I'll take like bits and pieces or something and not even really worry about what genre I'm working in, um, and just kind of blend and mesh and and bring things together just based upon how some sounds may be happening, that kind of thing. using my ears for like the harmonics, making sure things sound in tune, of course, but not necessarily like pattern wise working together. So that is this experimentation video showing how I'm using the Akai Force's step sequencer, or at least my first time out using it, which is kind of cool. I found it to be very easy to use, and I like that it has these multiple layers of levels that you can use. You can make it a drum kind of pattern sequence where the four corners are in the velocity with the drums here, and then have the steps sequencer strip across the top, which is what I was using. You could have it set up in a melodic way, which is the steps across the top, and then the all of the key notes down here at the bottom. You can have it in lanes, which I never messed with before, where all of the sequences are going across in lanes. That's kind of weird to me. Mono blocks or mono steps in 8x4. I haven't used that either. And then, of course, 8x8, just a whole pad as a whole step sequencer. So I haven't used that either. But it's nice that they give you all these really cool options to be able to explore and experiment with, because I could see you really seriously getting into making something pretty complex with this pads sequence, especially like multiple different tracks. If you're really into making step sequenced music, I could see setting up multiples of these and having them running concurrently and doing something super complex with it. But that's not exactly what I was trying to accomplish with this video. I just wanted to experiment with using it for the first time in a very random way. Well, that is all I've got. I have to put in the YouTube stuff. It's YouTube. Please like and subscribe and comment in the comment section. If you have questions, you want information about something that you've seen in the video, or if you've seen something in the studio, I don't, whatever. I don't have problems with sharing. I am trying to actively come up with a more consistent video schedule. It's sometimes really hard when you have a really demanding day job, but I am making this work because I want to be able to share information with you guys and really build community as well. It's easier when you're part of a community than being just one. So please like and subscribe, comment in the comment section, and I'll see you on the next one.